Welcome to some new r/MaliciousCompliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. If you would like to support this channel, please hit the like button and consider subscribing if you enjoy the content. And now, let's start with the first story. It's called Tommy. I work for a meditation and holistic wellness store. Our parking lot is very small and shares spaces with other businesses, and so we have marked spots for the different businesses. On this particular morning, a gentleman parked in one of our spots and then proceeded to not come into the store or any of the other businesses we share space with. I went outside and kindly asked him to park somewhere else, as there is ample parking throughout the area. He also kindly flipped me off, to which I said, "If you walk away, I can have your car towed." He continued to flip me off as he walked away and said, "Yeah, okay, go right ahead." So I did. The tow company came and took his car. Needless to say, he was super angry when he got back and his car was missing. Caused quite a scene and asked why the heck I towed his car. To which I replied, "You said to go ahead and tow your car. Besides, it's bad karma to steal someone else's parking space." I gave him the card for the tow company and told him to have a nice day. The next story is called Exactly at 8. I used to work in a warehouse, and one day we got a new floor manager. He had this grand idea that he was going to make an already functional supply warehouse work even better. It is important to note that all of our deliveries were sent out on time, received on time, no workplace accident other than the occasional stubbed toe or splinter from a wooden box. Displays ran about as smoothly and efficiently as possible, but it wasn't good enough for the new manager. He made it a point to check on everyone, getting into things that weren't his business and things he didn't know about. One of his biggest things was making sure that everyone was at work on time. We didn't have a time clock, we just wrote down when we got in and when we left. The new manager insisted that a punch card system would work much better for us, but the owners weren't willing to invest in that. So the new manager would spend every morning watching everyone come through the front door. We had maybe 50 people who worked there, so he made sure to count who came in and when. Anyone who walked in the door past 8:05 AM got written up. That is when he met the old guy. Old guy had been with the company pretty much since it opened. He knew everything and everyone there. Great guy, and everyone liked him. On the second or third day of new manager watching everyone come in, he sees old guy walking in the front doors at 8:15. New manager rips into old guy, telling him that he was late, that it was unacceptable and that he was getting written up. He is yelling in the middle of the warehouse where everyone can see and hear him. Old guy tries to explain, but gets told to shut up. New manager tops this all off with an order. This warehouse opens at 8 AM sharp every day, 5 days a week, and I expect you at the door at 8 AM to begin your shift. You will be here when the warehouse opens. Is that understood? Old guy just kinda smiles, takes the paperwork and apologizes, stating that he would be in tomorrow at 8 AM just as he was told. The smug look on the new manager's face was picture perfect. He was certain that he had just fixed the biggest flaw in the company. The next day at 8 AM sharp, old guy walked through the door and simply made sure that he was seen. Then he went off into the warehouse. That day was a nightmare. Orders were backed up. Trucks were waiting on paperwork. New manager is almost in tears because of the chaos. The owner comes in and starts trying to make sense of the situation with new manager, and they track the paperwork issues back to old guy. New manager is upset, but the owner is concerned and asks old guy if everything is okay. Old guy just tries to hide his embarrassment, saying that new manager wrote him up the day before and he was told that he had to come in at 8 AM, not at 4 AM like he always did to get all the orders and paperwork ready for the day. The day before, when he walked in the door, he had been coming in from a break. New manager tried to backpedal, saying he didn't know, that it was old guy's fault, but the owner knew better. After that, the new manager wasn't working at the warehouse anymore, or for the company. He went off to become a new manager for someplace else. Thankfully, old guy knew what was going to happen and had most of the paperwork done for the day already, so we weren't too behind when the smoke cleared. The third story is called Expensive Golden Handshake. My dad was an aeronautical engineer who worked in the 70s and 80s designing a very specific and critical part of airplane engines. In his heyday, he was one of 4 people in the world with his level of knowledge and expertise in this particular area of aeronautics. He survived the various downturns in the economy and the aeronautical industry and was well respected worldwide for his knowledge and experience. At one point, like 90% of the airplanes in the air used his particular part in their engines. When the mid-90s downturn happened, his company basically forced him to a golden handshake to cut costs. He gladly accepted. What they didn't anticipate is that he was the only person still working in the industry who understood this one particular part. Making him leave left a huge hole in airplane engine expertise of thermodynamics. Airplanes fly for a long time, and even 25 years after he started, some parts of his engines were still in the air. Of course, his company realized this way too late and asked him to come back to consult. He's a nice guy, and he negotiated to come back at 3 times his former hourly wage to pass on his wisdom. The next story is called Buy One Special. About 5 years ago, I happened upon a haircut place in my local mall. I was looking at their sale of hair care products. They had a giant buy one, get 2 free stickers on huge shampoo bottles, hair care products and even some smaller things like tinted lip gloss. So I grabbed a lip gloss, originally $8, a shampoo bottle, originally $30 and some fancy hair product, originally $25. My total for all 3 items came to $147. I told the salesman this couldn't be right. I was expecting to pay about $30 for the shampoo and get the hair and lip gloss for free. He looked at me and smiled a knowing smile. He said, "Ma'am, there's nothing anywhere on those stickers or in the paperwork or advertising that says you have to pay for the highest priced item. That lip gloss is on sale for $147, so you can buy this item and get the other products for free." I was looking at him like he was crazy, but slowly forked over $2, feeling like a criminal. I told him he might get in trouble. He said his boss told him to get rid of all the clearance, and that is exactly what he was doing. He told me he was happy to send me more stuff for the price of the clearance lip gloss, so I got a few extra nice haircare products that lasted me for years. I could have cleaned out the whole menagerie of high-priced products for the low-priced lip gloss, but I figured I'd let others stumble on the deal and the malicious compliance, just as I did. The last story is called Try to Tell Them. This all started with me purchasing a lawnmower at a big box hardware store. I walked in one day looking to finally purchase a new mower, and I was in luck as they had a smoking deal on a display model. Unprepared to be going home with a new mower that day, I didn't bring my truck, so I simply asked if I could set it aside and come back in a little bit with my truck. I returned maybe 30 minutes later and picked up my mower and headed home. This should be the end of the story, but weirdly it is not. Fast forward about 2 weeks later, and I get a call from them, informing me that my mower is ready for pickup. Confused, I replied, "Pardon me?" They reminded me that I ordered a mower about 2 weeks ago and it just arrived and is awaiting pickup. I know most would have seized the opportunity right there, but I decided to be a good person and I explained to the employee that no, I didn't order a mower. I bought a floor model and set it aside to pick up later, which I did. The employee thanked me, apologizes for the confusion and says he'll update the order. Well, 1 week later they call again, the same thing. And I once again explain why it's not mine. They did this once a week for 3 weeks straight. And after the 3rd time, I tell the wife I swear if they call me again, I'm going to pick up my mower. At this point now, I'm just excited. I'm watching my phone, hoping they'll call. Because in my mind, I've earned it at this point and I want my free mower. Well, lo and behold, week 4 hits. And guess who calls? I'm now ready to accept my free mower, but I'm also unsure how this is going to play out. Don't know if it's paid for. I don't have a receipt, and it seems like a long shot. So I simply tell the employee, "I'm so sorry I haven't been in yet to get it, but I got called out of town for work and just got back." And with that said, I have no idea where I put the receipt. The employee kindly replies, "Oh, no worries. It's paid in full, so all you need is a photo ID matching the name on the order." Perfect. I call the wife to let her know I'm picking up our new mower. She just laughs, still positive that once I get there they won't have a mower to give me. I pull in, tell customer service I'm here for my mower and show them my ID. And next thing you know, some guy on a tow motor is loading a brand new in the box unassembled mower into the back of my truck. And off I go. Still have the mower today. I generally tried telling them it wasn't my mower, but they insisted it was, and it would be rude to refuse their offer. And with that, we end today's video. Let me know what you think about the stories. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the stories in today's video? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what I do and want to support me, please subscribe and hit the like button. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe. Bye bye.